Raiders. Like, guys have gone on to play well. I'm blanking on his name. The safety who went up to Buffalo and had like a decent year. He was one of the first ones that Lawyer Milloy, you know. But I mean, for the most part, Belichick knows. He knows when it's time. And it's just the fact that the Lions keep swooping up these guys. Why does Patricia and Quinn think that they know something that Belichick doesn't?
Jamie,
that's the part that really bothers me.
I was just going to try to be a devil's advocating here, because I'm not necessarily saying I'm buying into this at all. But the only splash signing is Flowers. Right. And so, to where you really screwed up if he doesn't hit. And you brought up Nate Solder when we were talking off the air, and he absolutely bombed with the Giants. But I would say this is the only thing I'm curious. Maybe they are trying to establish that culture inside the locker room here. And they continue to bring in guys that have been in that culture, and the guys who they're letting go have reportedly not been on board with that.
They've resisted.
So they're trying, and then they establish that way, so when the younger players come in, they learn to follow that.
But Gov, here's my problem with that, and I don't think you're wrong. This is the NFL. You don't have that many years to establish a culture, number one, okay? I mean, look at the 49ers who, turned things around as quickly as they did. Look at all these teams that, Sean McVay's first year with the Rams. So culture is one thing. I mean, again, Belichick in his third year in New England went to the Super Bowl. And then the other thing, too, is if it was all about culture, what in the hell was Quinn doing here for the first 2 years? Just hands up. Hey, Jimmy, you do what you want to do, meaning Jimmy Caldwell. I'll worry about the culture in year 3. Like, he's the architect. He's the general manager.
You couldn't establish that culture as long as Caldwell was here. And if we go by what we think, he had to keep Caldwell.
Right.
Look, I'm trying to fight an argument here. It's like I feel like I'm lying to myself here.
No, I know what you're saying. You're not being a devil's advocate. You're being an angel's advocate because you're looking on the bright side.
Well, the Lions have signed 15 New England Patriots since Patricia's been the coach. We'll go through some of them. The number seems a lot, but the bigger names, it hasn't been as bad as we think.
Okay. Coming up, though, this 2 Grand Slams. Don't have those names for you coming up next. It is 7:14 right now. Jamie and Stoney, 97 won the ticket.
Hey, uncertain times may be challenging. Taylor Chevrolet is assisting customers who may have been affected by the coronavirus. Taylor Chevy is making certain all of our customers' automotive needs are handled. They're open for business and sales and service and ready to help. Well-qualified buyers who finance through GM Financial get 0% APR for 84 months, plus no payments for 4 months on select models. If you're needing a new or pre-owned vehicle, you can shop online at TaylorChevy.com. Experience the simplicity and convenience of shop, click, and drive. At TaylorChevy.com, you can find your perfect vehicle, apply for instant credit, and Taylor Chevrolet will deliver your new vehicle directly to your front door. The dealership is open and ready to help you with all your transportation needs. Taylor Chevy has been diligent in taking precautions to keep employees and customers safe. Health and safety is a top priority. Details are listed at TaylorChevy.com. Shop online or come in and see us on Telegraph Road, just north of Eureka. Taylor Chevrolet cares. They say yes.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by Comcast Business. There's an accident reported 94 eastbound the ramp to the Southfield northbound affecting the right lane. Also in the work zone, look out for a disabled vehicle 75 northbound at 14 Mile. It's affecting the right side with stop-and-go traffic from 12 Mile. Fast, reliable internet, it's important to your business. Comcast Business can help you take your business beyond with amazing solutions and great deals. Comcast Business, beyond fast. Get started today at ComcastBusiness.com. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere. The next time you're in Vegas, head to the D Las Vegas. It's not on the Strip, it's in downtown Vegas. The odds are better, the party's bigger, and you'll feel right at home. Book your stay today at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
With diseases like coronavirus, the flu, and hepatitis A on the rise, it's your job to wash your hands and cover your cough. Remember, wash your hands using soap and warm water before you eat or prepare food and after using the restroom. When coughing or sneezing, cover your mouth and nose with a tissue or your upper sleeve. families will return to work.
Seriously?
The stock market has increased over 350% the last 10 years.
Seriously?
More than half of Americans passed without a will.
Seriously?
Waiting 1 year to retire could add 9 years to retirement income.
Seriously?
If you didn't plan for it, you're not planning. From here forward, Edelman Financial Engines. Call 888-PLAN-RIC to get started.
Let's say you just bought a house. Bad news is, you're one step closer to becoming your parents, which means you're going to start telling your kids to clean up before the cleaning lady comes. Doesn't make sense, but you're the parents and they're the kids. You're going to start telling them that now too. Good news is, it's easy to bundle home and auto through Progressive and save on your car insurance. And there's your opening to remind them who pays the bills around here. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other
Starting
insurers.
route to 18832 Wall Street.
Ready to own your first
1.9
real
miles.
home?
Turn left
The
onto
road
West
to
14
renting
Mile
can get a
Road.
bit rocky. It takes a reliable partner to right wrong turns. That's the role of a realtor. An expert voice of reason helping you navigate the rigmarole of real estate. A trusted ally who knows and represents your rights, so you get all the right guidance on your journey home. Is your agent a realtor? Look for the R. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
The FBI and its partners are taking actions against more than 260 individuals from across the globe who allegedly defrauded more than 2 million Americans, most of them elderly. The losses are $750 million to date. A scam artist even tried to defraud former FBI and CIA Director Judge William Webster, who recently turned 95 years old, and his wife Linda.
Absolutely anybody can be targeted by the scammers, many of whom seem legitimate, friendly, like your next door neighbor. Our message is don't be fooled.
Our elder fellow citizens deserve our
In 1 mile, turn left onto West 14 Mile Road.
FBI Deputy Director David Bowditch encourages all to keep a vigilant eye on our senior population.
When we were all born, our parents were our first champions, and we needed them. Today, they need us.
Report elder fraud at ic3.gov. With FBI This Week, I'm Molly Hilpert of the Bureau.
Play on the porch every weeknight at 6 with 97.1 The Ticket. Every morning at 8, we'll announce a song. Then at 6 p.m., go out on your porch and play the song on an instrument, sing the song, or play it from your phone. Post the video with hashtag Play on the Porch. We'll see you on the porch.
The latest coronavirus coverage live anytime on our brother station, WWJ News Radio 950.
Jamie and Stoney on 97.1 The Ticket coming up at 7:19 or 7:25, I should say. It is 7:19, but 7:25. We are going to have for you the 2 Grand Slam. Your chance to win
At the light, turn left onto West 14 Mile Road. Then turn right
And at
onto Dexter Road.
7:50, Detroit Free Press Lions beat writer Dave Burkett will join us to give his take on what the Lions have done so far, free agency and the Darius Slay situation. A couple of ticket texts. If Quinn doesn't get at least a second rounder for Slay, then we lost a trade. I give him a C- thus far this offseason.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Inkster Road.
Somebody else. Bye-bye, cancerous Slay. I don't think he was a cancer at all.
How is he a
I
cancer?
have no idea.
I mean, this guy has invested in this community. He goes to youth
In
basketball,
1.9
football
miles,
games.
turn
all the
left
time.
onto West 12
He's been
Mile
a Pro
Road.
Bowler. I'm sorry. Show me how he's cancerous. Yes, he's got a large personality. Has anybody watched the league in the last 30 years?
That makes no sense. You really
Large personalities don't necessarily equate to bad guys or bad players.
Exactly. The thing that kills me about the Lions, they won't pay good Detroit-raised players, but they overpay every former Patriot player that demoralizes themselves to come here. That's from
Well, what's
Ray.
weird is that a lot of the Lions-raised players have now
Starting
been
route to
acquired by Quinn, who they're letting
18832
go.
Wall Street.
You know, the last few days, Ashawn going to the Rams,
In
Pascal
1
going
mile,
to the Broncos.
turn right
And look, I'm
onto
not saying those guys are
Northwestern
Pro Bowl
Highway.
caliber, but they were solid guys.
Yeah, no doubt. Devon Kennard as well. Stoney, did you get your Slay Eagles jersey yet?
Did you?
And it's worse than you think, Stoney. Don't forget to include what we have given them, Van Noy, and what we wanted to give them, a first rounder for Grump.
Yeah.
That's an interesting point. All right.
It is.
So, Mass Live did this list the other day, or yesterday, I should say. How many former New England players have landed with Matt Patricia's Lions? And there's
Right.
a total of 15. Now,
Can Governor play hot potato?
Sure, absolutely. But in fairness, some of these guys are just like practice squad guys.
In
I don't
half a
care
mile,
about that.
turn right onto
Okay.
Northwestern
Pick up guys
Highway.
from practice squad. You want to play hot potato?
I'm not
He's got
prepared
ready
for this.
No, he's not ready for this. Okay.
Lawrenceville early.
I'm not prepared for this either.
Okay, all right.
So you got Maroney?
No, he's only kidding. All right, alphabetical order of the names that you would recognize. And you tell me if it was a good signing or not. Danny
Wait, we're not
Amendola.
doing hot potato?
No.
Okay, then go.
Danny Amendola. Good signing?
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Yeah, terrific.
Justin Coleman.
And
Jury's still out, yes. Jamie
At the
Collins.
light, turn right
Question
onto
mark.
Northwestern
Yeah, so
Highway.
do I. Trey Flowers.
yes,
Deron Harmon.
we'll see.
Rashawn Melvin. He was a former Patriot, but they didn't get him from him.
Yeah, all right.
He's all right. Danny Shelton.
We'll see.
Tavon Wilson.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, so the ones they got,
Make a U-turn.
not horrible. Now, we don't know if there are better players available that they could have gotten, decided to take a former Patriot instead. There's also a guy, John Atkins, who played a little bit on the defensive line last year, who actually Snacks Harrison in a Twitter conversation he had with fans last week said, who's the underrated guy on the lines that people don't know about? And he said John
In
Atkins.
6.2 miles, take exit
great
14C
John
onto
Atkins.
So
M39
we'll
and
see. But
Southfield
my
Freeway.
point is the guys that they've signed have not been horrible. Coleman might be the most overpriced guy.
What about LeGarrette Blount?
That's true, too.
Yeah, LeGarrette Blount. Didn't they bring in both Farine and Ridley at a certain point?
Yes.
They brought them in, yes.
Yeah. I mean that. So then you say, okay, that's fair. Good job by you. Then you say, okay, who's their best free agent signing? Who's a non-Patriot?
Under Patricia or Quinn included?
Either or.
All
I
right,
guess.
Marvin Jones obviously is their best friend.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I mean, Devon Kennard.
He looked pretty good. Kristen Jones is still on the team. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he get an extension?
Yes. That's something that I don't see per se, but I don't sit and study film.
Yeah.
I just thought he's a guy.
Remember Kerry Hyder? He was a good find for a year.
Yes.
True. Yeah, he was very good. He blew out his Achilles in the preseason, and he was never the same player afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
Yeah, it looks horrific. They just
it doesn't. It looks horrific when it's coupled with 3-12-1 and 6-10.
Yes,
You know,
exactly.
and again, Flowers had a strong finish last year, but it didn't matter because they were so far out of it.
Right.
And you almost say to yourself, if he hadn't been called for those penalties against Bakhtiari, and maybe he gets to Aaron Rodgers on one of those two plays and has a game-ending sack, this whole conversation is completely different. But unfortunately, those things didn't happen. It is time, Stoney, for the 2 Grand Slam.
It's the Jamie and Stoney 2 Grand Slam. Your chance to win $2,000 in 60 seconds. Brought to you by Genesis Credit Union.
248-539-9797 is the number to call for the 2 Grand Slam. It's our Tuesday and Thursday staple here as we try to let you win a little bit of money. And I don't know when the checks are coming from the U.S. government. But Stoney, how great would it be if we had a listener win an additional $2,000?
It definitely comes in handy right now. That's for damn sure. Most of our listeners. All right, let's go to the city of Detroit and say hello to Mark. How you doing, Mark?
Hi, how you doing?
Well, thank you, Mark. Have you ever played the 2 Grand Slam before?
No,
You excited, Mark? You nervous? How you feeling?
kind of nervous.
It totally is understandable. We get that all the time. It's okay. It's going to be fine. It's going to be easy. It's going to go well. I promise.
Okay.
All right, so I love this. What do you think it's gettable, Jamie? I don't think it's gettable. It's definitely not gettable.
You're going to make Mark even more nervous.
Well,
You can do this, Mark. You can do this.
Yeah, but Stoney, in these difficult times, we need a source of optimism, not pessimism.
I'm going to set the bar at 6, and hopefully Mark will just exceed my expectations.
All right, go flying over that line.
Yes,
Right?
that's what I want to do at least.
All right, Heather Harms did an outstanding job with the 2 Grand Slam on Tuesday. We'll be giving the clues. Heather, take it away.
All right, Mark. So the key to this is if you don't know one of the questions, pass, and I will come back to it if there is time. And your time is going to start as soon as I start reading the first question. All right, Mark, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Who won the AFC South last season? The Houston Texans traded this Pro Bowl wide receiver on Monday.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Austin Davis is a forward for this college basketball team.
Pass.
Ypsilanti is located in this Michigan county.
Wayne.
Where did Philip Rivers play in college?
North Carolina State.
He was the lead actor in Silver Linings Playbook.
Pass.
He played Sam Malone on Cheers.
Ted Danson.
The Lions released this linebacker on Tuesday.
Devin Kennard.
Who was leading the NHL in goals against average when play was halted?
Pass.
Who is the head coach of Virginia's men's basketball team?
Pass.
Who won the AFC South last season?
Houston Texans.
Austin Davis is a forward for this college basketball team. Oh, shoot, I'm sorry. I messed up a few times there, Mark.
So you got 5. Just
Hey,
under the
not
ball.
too bad.
$125.
Take exit 14C on
Nice job, Mark.
and South
Hey, Mark, good job.
We appreciate you listening and play, Mark.
Yeah, we're on the line. We'll give you back to our producer, Greg Hargrave. He will tell you how to pick up the $125.
Yes.
Heather, as somebody who has screwed up many times in
Yeah.
questions, don't feel bad. It's not like it did not affect the game in
I
any
don't
way.
think it did, but it's tough to keep track of when there's a lot of passes.
Yes.
And I wrote, I've got to make sure I'm keeping track of which ones he passes on, and I just kind of got a little tongue-tied there.
Do you want a little tip?
Sure, yes. Please.
Non-master. Don't worry at all about whether he gets the questions right or wrong. Just do like that / mark if he answered it. Because Stoney keeps track of all the rights and the wrongs.
Yeah, I was trying to, and it's where I kept track of them this time, which was different than when I did it last time. I switched my game plan up, and it kind of screwed me all up.
Your game plan was perfect.
I know.
Change anything up?
I don't know.
He only got one wrong answer. He just had a lot of passes.
He did.
He seemed bummed out by just getting $125. That's like 125 rolls of toilet paper.
Stay in the second lane.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, but you can't get him anymore.
Packs. I mean, packs, not rolls.
Right. All right. Here's what he passed on. Austin Davis, the forward for this college basketball team, is Michigan. Ypsilanti is located in Washtenaw County, not Wayne County. Bradley Cooper is the lead actor in Silver Linings Playbook. This is the one where I said it wasn't gettable because I don't think anybody's going to get this. Tuukka Rask led the NHL in goals against average when play was halted. I did not get that one.
If he had said Jimmy Howard, would you have hung up on him?
And Tony Bennett is the head coach of Virginia's men's basketball team.
Can I ask a question real quick, Stoney, before we go?
Yes.
Does Michigan list no centers on their roster? Because I can't think of more of a center than Austin Davis.
I don't know. I haven't checked the roster.
I mean, when I heard forward, I'm like, isn't he a center? But maybe in college basketball, it's only guard and forward. Maybe they don't list centers. I don't know.
I'll have to go back to the people that came up with the questions.
Oh, no, John, no, it's correct. He's listed as a forward.
Oh, okay.
John Teskey's listed as a center.
Okay.
And apparently he's the only center on the Michigan basketball team. So, Juwan, if you're listening, you need more centers. Obviously, you only have one.
Well, Austin Davis is coming back next year, so he'll probably be the center.
He probably will be the center. All right, Heather's got news coming up next. What's up, Heather?
Well, the coronavirus.
97 on the ticket.
Apply for a loan any place, anytime, on any device, and get your loan fast. Welcome to Simple. Welcome to Genesis.
Attention newcomers. Parkway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is loaded with new inventory and is offering fabulous savings on our entire selection of great Jeep SUVs during our Jeep Celebration event. We've teamed up with the factory to offer special lease deals on a new Jeep Compass or a new Grand Cherokee. With hundreds to choose from, we have the one you want at a price you can afford. Parkway is offering special lease deals on all award-winning Ram 1500 pickups. With hundreds to choose from, we have the one you want at a very affordable price. Parkway's early out program gets you out of any lease with a $3,000 or less payoff. And Parkway offers more trade-in cash, $2,000 more. The appraised value plus an extra $2,000. And we'll buy your vehicle even if we don't sell you a new one. See George and he'll buy it for cash. Parkway sells more because we save you more. Parkway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Hall Road in Clinton, Township to show up, sign up, and ride. Open Saturday 10 to 3. See dealer for details at ParkwayCPJ.com 24/7. What's in store this week at your local Staples?
Big deals that are kind of a big deal.
Colored paper can help make your project stand out and get noticed.
And right now at Staples, all colored paper is buy one, get one free.
Plus, select Apple brand accessories are 15% off.
Now those are crazy big deals.
Yep, we don't mess around when it comes to big deals.
Staples, where there's a whole lot more in store.
Ends 3/21/20. Excludes AirPods. Valid in select stores on select SKUs. Limit 3 while supplies last.
See another snooze-worthy breakfast? Wendy's is changing the breakfast game for good. Introducing what's going to be America's favorite breakfast. I just don't know it yet. So I feel my favorite because holy honey butter chicken biscuit, once you get your hands on Wendy's breakfast favorites, like the breakfast baconator, oh my frosty churro guys, you'll never want to do Wendy's without it. Get up and get to Wendy's and try your new favorite today. You up for this?
Do business more powerfully during Dell's semi-annual sale. Save up to 45% on Dell computers and servers with Intel Core processors. It's time for you to upgrade to new modern devices with Windows 10. Also, save on electronics and accessories, plus free shipping on everything and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call 877-BUY-DELL to talk to a Dell Technologies advisor who can help you find just the right tech. That's 877-BUY-DELL or visit Dell.com/business-deals.
When you go to the mechanic in here,
Pass me the torque. Nope, let me have the flamethrower.
that sounds wrong. You know what else sounds wrong? When you hear about the interest you're earning on your savings with the largest banks. But with the Marcus by Goldman Sachs online savings account, you could earn much more interest. And hear this. Open a Marcus by Goldman Sachs online savings account in minutes at Marcus.com. You can money.
Comparison made to the 3 largest U.S. banks measured by total deposits. Rates as of February 4th, 2020 and may vary by state. Goldman Sachs Bank USA, member FDIC.
The Bonnell Foundation Living with Cystic Fibrosis could use your generous donation. It will help us continue to give lung transplant grants, medical assistance not covered by insurance, and college scholarships to people living with cystic fibrosis. CF causes chronic and fatal lung infections, interferes with digestion, and causes many other health issues. The average life expectancy for someone with CF is 41 years old. You can help by going to the BonnellFoundation.org to donate. I'm Laura Bonnell, and I do this because I have 2 daughters with cystic fibrosis, and I realized I could help others. On behalf of all the people we've helped, thank you.
This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike Picaro of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, log on to nbphealth.com.
The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by the LaFontaine Automotive Group, the family deal.
It is time for news with Heather Park, but before we go to Heather, some Lions news. Another defensive back now in the fold, according to Tom Pellisario of the NFL Network. Jayron Kearse from the Minnesota Vikings inking a deal with the Lions for some depth back there. It's fitting that we're going to talk to Dave Burkett here in about 10 minutes, get his take on this 1 year, $2.75 million deal. Also a big-time special teams player for the Vikings as well last year.
Yeah, depth guy, played in 15 games, started 3, had 1 interception, matriculated at Clemson. So he's had 4 years in the NFL.
All right, time for news with Heather. What's up, Heather?
Well, you guys, it is the first day of spring today, and it's actually the earliest spring in 124 years. I know. So there you go. And it's all because of a combination of leap days and daylight savings time. There's a big whole explanation I have on it, but if I read it, it's very confusing, so just trust me.
Heather, I always trust you. I guess my questions would be, in the previous 128 years, we've had both leap days and daylight savings.
We sure have, but because of where they fall, they make... So in the year 2000... it was actually a day longer, and then I guess it started pushing the time of this vernal equinox slightly earlier every year.
Did the line sign him vernal equinox?
And then, I guess in recent years, daylight savings time has started earlier in the year.
Yes.
Before the equinox actually happened, instead of after. And because of all this, we're now experiencing the earliest spring we've had in a very, very long time.
Well, happy spring, everybody.
Yeah, there's more details, but again, it's very confusing.
And actually, it's supposed to be really nice today, at least in the early part of the day, and then we might get some afternoon rain and or thunderstorms. So, you know, if you get outside and take a walk or a run or something.
Yeah, get the kids out early.
Yes.
Right? So they're not, I mean, I know we're all kind of stuck in our house, but if they can go out and play a little bit, get some of that energy out, it's better for everyone. It's kind of like what they say about dogs. A tired dog is a good dog.
Exactly.
A tired kid is a good kid.
Yeah.
You know, Michigan had its first death connected to the coronavirus early yesterday morning. According to Beaumont Health, a man in his 50s died at a Beaumont hospital in Wayne County. And as of right now, over 100 cases have been confirmed in Michigan.
You know, when you hear about the person dying, it does seem inevitable. It's still very sad, very tragic. And how he died is obviously, died because of coronavirus, but the underlying medical condition, I think the curiosity in all of us, particularly those of us who are either at the age of 50 or approaching it, we're kind of curious to know what that is, to know what kind of threats the rest of us are under, because we all either know somebody or have somebody in our lives who might have an underlying condition.
Exactly.
So you do wonder, but that's obviously his own private business.
Right, they can't give that out, but when you read that he had this underlying health condition, well, what was it? And was that, obviously, I'm guessing that played a big part in his death after he contracted the coronavirus, but it is everyone's, you want to know as much as you can so that you can protect everyone you know or yourself,
Yeah.
2 people at Wayne State and a DTW airport worker have tested positive for the coronavirus. So the 2 members of the Wayne State community are under the care of doctors, and of course they're in isolation off campus, and health authorities have been in contact with these 2 employees and are now reaching out to students, to faculty members, to staff who might have been in contact with them. And then this airport worker that works at Detroit Metro, he was, I guess I don't know if it was he or she was a ramp worker and was employed by a service provider for a North Terminal carrier.
Interesting, a ramp worker, you would just kind of assume there would be somebody around, the check-in or, who had more interpersonal contact with more people, like not patients, but travelers, passengers, so you wouldn't necessarily think it's a ramp worker, but I was talking to my wife about this last night, and my wife is perhaps the largest fan, and I've said this before, she loves to CSI illness, meaning if one of my kids comes home sick from school, she'll say, I bet it was that Betty Franklin. Not that we have Betty Franklin as our school, or any Bettys at all. And I think that not that it matters, but for all these people who are contracting the virus, I just literally had a debate with my son last week over whether Rudy Gobert got it from Donovan Mitchell or Donovan Mitchell got it from Gobert. I'm like, why are we having this debate? He goes, it was definitely Gobert's fault. I'm like, you don't know that. It could have been Donovan Mitchell. Nobody knows. He goes, no, it's Gobert. It's definitely Gobert.
It seems like it's Gobert's because of how he was acting.
Right.
By touching everyone in the microphones, but he didn't know.
Yeah.
But maybe Donovan Mitchell had it and didn't know, and he'd already been in contact with, Gobert. We'll never know exactly who had it first.
Well, it's because Donovan Mitchell's a bigger star, so of course the younger generation, though, when we say the star, had nothing to do with it.
Yes. You want to do a Twitter poll, Stoney?
No.
Heather?
Yes. The Somerset collection, the entire collection has closed its doors for the time being. So at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, Somerset closed and won't open again until at least March 28th. And they say Somerset's full-service restaurants will still remain open for, obviously, curbside carry-out service. So,
Heather, first of all, to you, thoughts and prayers.
I know, right?
And second of all, what took them so long? I mean, a place where people congregate.
I know.
Now, granted, these are all individual stores, and there's a lot of stores which remain open during this, so you can see why if you're in, have a store in the mall, and you want people to access it, but still, the Somerset Mall, like all malls, is a huge place for people to congregate.
But not all malls have been closed so far. In fact, there's other malls like 12 Oaks, Partridge Creek, Oakland, and Southland still open, but they're going to have different hours. So, you know, there's still malls that are open, but I'm guessing they won't probably be open for long.
Thoughts and prayers for people who are going to have a Chick-fil-A, drought.
No, Heather just said they're going to remain open.
Oh.
For curbside service.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I don't know about Chick-fil-A, though. It sounds like the full-service restaurants, like, yeah, like the big ones that are at Somerset, you know?
Gotcha. P.F. Chang's.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't believe the ones in the food court will remain open.
I'm sorry. Yes. Oh, yeah.
That's how I'm taking it. Yeah.
And if you go to the mall ever during the day, Monday through Friday, thoughts and prayers to the mall walkers. That is a huge source of exercise for people Stony's age and above.
I know. We'll just have to go out. We'll just have to go outside now.
I don't know about that.
Especially today, it's a rainy day. I don't know.
You could just march in place.
Yeah, exactly.
Just march in place. If you do it fast enough, you know, but you throw, you know, sometimes you see them with the little hand weights.
Yes.
Yeah, just throw on those little hand weights, march in place, pick up your pace. You can get your heart rate going a little bit.
Did you see the video? It was like a joke. A guy who squirted dishwashing liquid on the ground, got some water on it.
Yes, I saw it.
Did like the treadmill.
Yes, it was like, who needs to go outside when you can do this? It was great. Yeah. All right, you guys, if you are not convinced that COVID-19 is a serious virus, you need to hear this story. So 7 members of one New Jersey family all tested positive for the virus. And so far, 3 of those family members have died. And they believe this happened after they all got together for a big family dinner this month. It's a really, really sad story. A mother of 11 and grandmother of 27 died on Wednesday due to complications of the virus. And she had no idea that her oldest son and daughter also got infected and died shortly before she did. Ooh. And then there are 4 other children, all within the same family, who have the virus, and 3 of them are in critical condition.
See, this is I said yesterday, and I will keep this vow. I am not going to shame anybody for how they respond to this. I mean, yes, those kids down in Miami are idiots. We all know they're idiots. They don't need to hear that from me. But this is what makes you double, think twice, Stony.
Yeah.
About having your daughter go over to a friend's house. I mean, yes, we think we know, but do you know you don't have it? Do I know I don't have it?
Right.
No.
And so even getting together with family like this, sometimes you think, oh, it's my family. This is okay.
It's my family. Exactly.
And it's a tough call to make. I still struggle on things I should do. Should I do this or shouldn't I? Like, I don't know exactly what I can and cannot do or what I should and should not do yet. But I would imagine that if I had family members that were like, oh, can we get together? In my head, I would instantly say, well, yeah, of course. You're my family, but I don't know.
Look, Heather, I don't want to judge, but I thought it was a mistake for you to go to that dance club last night. I really did.
Well, I had to burn some calories a little bit.
I know.
Yeah,
true.
I got all these clothes hanging in my closet. I had to wear a few of them.
You had to use them.
Yeah.
All right, Heather, thank you. It is 7:45. Coming up next, we'll talk football with Dave Burkett and the Lions, of course, from the Free Press on 97.1 The Ticket. We are going to be outside today. We are going to be getting some lawn. And you know what yesterday was? Yesterday was the first treatment of the year from Natural Way. That's right. I saw those yellow signs popping up all over my neighborhood, including in front of mine. As a proud Natural Way customer, knowing my lawn is going to look great all summer long, and yours will too. Look, we are going to get back outside. We are going to get back to normal. And when we do, we're going to want to spend a lot of time outside on our lawn with our friends and with our family. And Natural Way will make sure your lawn looks great all summer long. But you got to get to them early, because that first treatment, the one they're giving now, is the most important one, because it treats for crabgrass. And you want to treat first, because once you miss out on the crabgrass treatment, crabgrass comes and you can't get rid of it. So today, call Natural Way, 888-GET-GREEN, 888-GET-GREEN, or go to naturalwaylawn.com. For a limited time, purchase a full lawn program and get free grub control and free surface insect control. But you have to mention me, Jamie, or mention 97.1 The Ticket. Natural Way Lawn and Tree Service, 888-GET-GREEN. That's 888-GET-GREEN, or online at naturalwaylawn.com. Get green, stay green with Natural Way.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by Bill Brown Ford. The roads are accident-free across Metro Detroit this morning. Just a touch of heavier volumes now approaching the work zone on the Southfield Freeway northbound, right around Michigan Avenue. At Bill Brown Ford in Livonia, they know things are changing every day, but they're still here for their customers. If you can't go to them, they can still take care of all of your needs remotely, including pickup and delivery. It's not business as usual, but now more than ever, they're proud to be your Ford dealer. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
97.1 The Ticket brings you college basketball's greatest championship game. The 1979 Classic National Championship. Michigan State versus Indiana State. Brought to you by Magic Windows in Northville Lumber. Tonight at 8 on 97.1 The Ticket.
Destination is on your right. 1832 Allstate.
This is Boomer Esiason with the Radio.com Sports Minute. When Adam Silver speaks, the sports world listens, and rightly so. Last night, the NBA commissioner told ESPN that the league is weighing several potential scenarios for a return to play. One is to resume play as usual with full arenas. A second option would be to play without fans, possibly as an interim startup step. 99% of the people consume our game through some sort of media platform, Silver told Rachel Nichols. It's only a tiny percentage of fans who get to see our games in arenas. And maybe through new kinds of technology, there are ways fans can be virtual and react to plays and make noise in the arena. Yet a third option would be some kind of charity game because, as he puts it, players tell him they're going stir crazy while people stuck in